I mentioned before, New York now universally has no-fault divorce. It's been about 10 years or so, and New York was the last state in the country to adopt no-fault divorce. So under New York's law, anyone married more than 6 months can file for a no-fault divorce, and once the divorce is finalized, the judge in the Supreme Court issues a decree, and then either party is free to move on with their lives and get remarried. It sounds so simple, right? No fault divorce. You don't have to say anything negative about your spouse. You can just skip past why the marriage failed and jump right into talking about money, support, custody. So obviously in many cases, especially in a secular marriage, that is what happens. There is irreconcilable differences. The parties come to terms with the fact that the marriage has ended. And in a individualist mindset, someone who's secular, it's maybe a little bit easier to move on with the other issues in the divorce. But for someone who is in a certain cultural context, in a certain religious context, the grounds for the divorce, the infidelity, the immorality, the abandonment of the family, cruel treatment, maybe veering off certain religious rituals and practices that are very upsetting to one party or the other, or even abandoning the marriage altogether and even asking for a divorce. It is not going to be so simple. It is not so easy to embrace grounds for divorce and just go to no fault divorce. And when I am counseling clients of mine that have that issue, that they're struggling with the fact that it's so stigmatizing for them to ask for a divorce, that their parents and their community and their neighbors are calling up and telling them, don't get divorced, what your husband did isn't so bad, or what she did, get some counseling, this is not enough to get divorced, your life isn't so bad, and why are you even asking for a divorce? These are things that are very, very difficult for clients to deal with because they have to separate their own individual goals, their own psychological well-being sometimes, because they're being asked because of their culture to sort of sublimate those needs and desires for the sake of the community.